Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering Doomslayer. He made his first appearance in Action Comics issue number 901 in July of 2011, and his exact height and weight are not specified, but he is generally seen as being about the same size as the typical Doomsday, if not slightly larger, and he does have green eyes and white hair. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring him up since my previous video was on Doomsday, but he is a highly evolved clone of the original Doomsday. And this highly evolved state has given him a degree of strength that's somewhat stronger than the original Doomsday and vastly more intelligent. He actually expresses emotion as well, seeing as how he was somewhat remorseful about killing one of the Supermen. His intellect also being displayed when he was shown to be able to control a biomechanical creature that Lex Luthor had captured and modified. This newfound sentience and intelligence makes him an extreme threat. Now, all of this came about by a plot by Lex Luthor to keep the Justice League, the Superman family, and other superheroes busy while he was off on a quest to find the Black Lantern power ring. Lex had sent what appeared to be Doomsday like a bomb to land in the middle of Metropolis and start wreaking havoc all over the place. When this happens, Superman Steel actually fights him and loses, and then Doomsday takes Steel and leaves the scene. Doomsday then attacks the Outsiders trying to find the Eradicator, and after beating the Eradicator and his teammates, Doomsday takes off with his body. He's later seen attacking the Alpha Lantern, Boudica, and several members of the Justice League. This is when the Cyborg Superman actually emerges from Boudica's body and reveals that Doomsday was actually coming for him. Cyborg Superman injures Doomsday, but then Doomsday actually assimilates some of his nanotech and rebuilds himself into the Cyborg Doomsday. This is when Supergirl arrives on the scene and tries to help, but Doomsday beats both of them and then takes them away as well. Now, at this point, it's obvious that Doomsday is hunting down members of the Superman family, because very soon after this, he hunts down Superboy and he beats him and he takes him away to a large alien spaceship. This is when Superman actually figures out that this was all part of Lex Luthor's plan. He had previously been given Doomsday's corpse by Sam Lane, and like I said, he was using this as a distraction for everyone. Superman finds all of his people trapped within a pocket dimension on the craft. When he sets them free, they discover the body of the real Doomsday, as well as 3 separate clones, each of them having a different power set that was designed specifically to make them capable of fighting the Superman that they were sent to kill. They end up being able to escape and they take the original Doomsday with them, but Steel notices that Doomsday is beginning to regain his brain activity when they're attacked by the Doomsday clones. This is when the introduction of Doomslayer occurs. It's revealed that Doomslayer is a Doomsday that was knocked down an infinite tube, and that gave him time to highly evolve. He had developed an extreme intellect and was somewhat conscientious. He hated what he had used to be and knew what Doomsday was, considering the original Doomsday to actually be an infection. But since he had considered Earth to be ground zero for the Doomsday infection, he planned on destroying it. Although at first the heroes aren't quite sure what the Doomslayer is up to, they quickly figure out that his intention is to crash the ship that they're on into Earth, which would cause an extinction level event. The Superman Eradicator is actually the first to engage Doomslayer, and he ends up being destroyed. Superman takes the original Doomsday with him, and he and his friends end up escaping from the ship, intending on stopping the ship from crashing into the Earth. At first they're not strong enough to stop the ship, but Superman tells Superboy, Supergirl, and Steel to prepare while he slows the ship down, intending to sacrifice himself. The ship ends up falling into Metropolis's bay and makes a huge tidal wave, but Superboy's tactile telekinesis, Supergirl's cold breath, and Steel's gravitron control dissipate the tidal wave, which saves Metropolis. At this point, Doomslayer and his 4 Doomsday clones begin attacking the Earth, wreaking havoc everywhere they go. In addition to this, the original Doomsday seems to wake up, but it's actually the Eradicator himself. You see, the Eradicator, as a being of pure information, had jumped into the technology that Luthor used to clone Doomsday so that he can control the mind of the original Doomsday. In other words, he had possessed Doomsday's body. Now, as the fight wages on against the Doomsday clones, the Eradicator starts to feel the original Doomsday's mind start to regain control of his body. Because of this, the push is on, and the Eradicator engages Doomslayer and ends up sacrificing himself to send Doomslayer and the other clones into a different dimension. Now, due to his powers and abilities and his influence on the DC universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Doomslayer a rating of 8. And you guys, I have changed my scale for just the 8 rating. Instead of it being nostalgic, it is now known as unforgettable. I hope that makes some of you all happy. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.